Self-regard and self-awareness in leadership. Self-regard and self-awareness are integral components in the Bar-On's 15 emotional quotient competencies. They play an integral part in the effectiveness of a leader. Without self-esteem or belief in oneself in a humble but confident way, a leader cannot be effective in leading and developing others. Without self-awareness, a leader can create tension within an organization. Self-regard is defined as respecting oneself while understanding and accepting one's strengths and weaknesses. It's often similarly thought of as self-esteem. Self-regard is the ability to respect and accept yourself, to appreciate your perceived positive aspects and possibilities, and equally appreciate your negative aspects and limitations. It's associated with feelings of security, inner strength, self-assuredness, self-confidence, and self-adequacy, all qualities we look for in a leader. At times, we hear negative voices, inner voices. There's the victim voice of blame, it's never our fault, the failure voice, assuming failure is imminent, self-doubt, also a pessimistic approach, the famine voice that there is or never will be enough, comparison voice, where we compare ourselves to with what others have, what they do, what they've done, and the bad luck voice that everyone has good luck but me. These negative inner voices cause negativity and lower self-regard. Nguyen is quoted as saying, individuals with well-developed self-regard know their strengths and weakness and still like themselves, warts and all, and by doing so they've learned to quiet the voices in their head. A leader with low self-regard doubts themselves, questions their decisions, holds back from being an effective leader, communicates poorly, and often can create an uneasy sense within the team. Some things also to consider about self-regard and improving it is not to let the negative comments of others affect you. Don't let your own negative thoughts destroy your purpose. Learn to be happy with you and who you are becoming. Find good mentors to help you and support you. Reframe your sense of self. And do not only find your sense of worth through your achievements. What to do to increase self-regard further? Seek continuous feedback and learn from your mistakes. Be open to constructive criticism and to your shortcomings. Control those inner voices. Don't blame others for your mistakes. Don't discredit others. Be genuine and humble. Reframe yourself. And don't let the negativity of others affect you. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." Norman Vincent Peale stated, "Believe in yourself and have faith in your abilities. Without a humble but reasonable confidence in your own powers, you cannot be successful or happy." Self-regard is that key piece in believing in yourself and having faith in your abilities. Self-awareness. Why is self-awareness important? When we see ourselves more clearly, we are more confident and more creative. We make smarter decisions, build strong relationships, communicate more effectively, are better workers and more effective leaders, receive increased promotions. According to Urich, they found that even though most people believe they are self-aware, self-awareness is actually a truly rare quality, and only 10 to 15% of people studied actually fit the criteria. There are 3 things to consider when we're talking about self-awareness. The first are that there are 2 types of self-awareness. The second, experience and power hinder self-awareness. And the third, introspection does not always improve self-awareness. First, there are 2 types of self-awareness. There's internal self-awareness and external self-awareness. Internal self-awareness is how we see our own values, passions, aspirations, how we fit within our environment, react to the environment, and our impact on others. When we have greater internal self-awareness, we have higher job satisfaction, personal and social control, and happiness. External self-awareness is how in tune we are to how others see us. When we are externally self-aware, we demonstrate greater empathy and understanding of another's perspective. The second piece is experience and power hinder self-awareness. When we see ourselves as highly experienced, it keeps us from looking outside and seeking perspective or experience from others or other opportunities. Often, the more experienced leader is more closed-minded and believes too much in their own abilities. Also, when we have more power, we tend to overestimate our skills and not seek feedback. Seeking critical and loving feedback via a mentor or support network or 360 feedback is essential to a successful leader. Introspective does not always improve self-awareness. Studies showed that people who are introspective are less self-aware and report worse job satisfaction and well-being. Generally, this is because they are doing it ineffectively. Why not ask why? Asking why is an ineffective way to introspect. We have unconscious thoughts, feelings, and motives that we do not have access to, and we invent answers that feel right but are actually wrong. The human mind is full of bias, and when we ask why things go wrong, we focus on our fears, shortcomings, or insecurities. To introspect effectively, we want to ask what. According to Urich, research shows that asking what questions actually helps us be more objective and empowered. Instead of why did this happen to me, we ask what can I do to move forward? What can my next steps be? Focusing on the what helps us to shift our focus and seeking continuous improvement. Urich stated, leaders who focus on building both internal and external self-awareness, who seek honest feedback from loving critics, and who ask what instead of why, can learn to see themselves more clearly and reap the rewards that increased self-knowledge delivers. Self-regard and self-awareness, when applied appropriately, can have tremendous positive effects in our environments. Leaders who are humble but have confidence in their abilities and have high self-esteem can better help others develop and grow, and can be more effective in their own roles, more confident in their own decisions. Their belief in themselves allows them to help others also believe in themselves. Self-awareness helps leaders to continuously seek improvement, not only of themselves but in their workplace, to be open to feedback, and to help to create an environment of respect, and ultimately a more efficient and productive work atmosphere. Thank you.